And we are live. Alrighty, let's hit it. So, man, before I start going on a long rant, because there was a part of the day where I kept fixating, because, when I'm getting ready for work and everything, I'm getting in the mind state that I am going to work, right? Well, guess what? You always got to remember life is going to throw stuff in front of you that you're not going to know anything about. You're not going to be prepared for it or anything. But there were two kids in the hallways of the apartment with their pit bull, and and see, all I could do is just hope that I made a good impression, because when it comes to kids, like, your impression as an adult is very crucial to their development. A lot of people don't know this, okay? So, I had my headphones on because, honestly, I don't want to hear bullcrap that goes on in my apartment complex, because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I'll be hearing some stuff that I don't really want to hear, That's kind of why I stay on the go. I stay away from that place because, man, I just want to... And that's what you learn, man. You when you live in an apartment complex, you will hear stuff that you don't want to be hearing. You start to realize how dark the world is when you're living in a complex where everyone's living, basically, And I ain't talking about, nothing on the scale of like, child abuse or nothing like that, but it's animal abuse. That's what the fuck I hear. But, but so I just stay away from it all, stay away from my apartment. I've done complained, done did my 2 cents, done went to the main office, done did what they told me I needed to do, done called the cops, done called all that, I done got all that stuff. I did my part. There's only so much you can do. And as for me, I'm motherfucking scared to go down to that part of the damn complex, because last thing I want to... And then that was the funny thing, too. These people were like, well, do you think you can go up there and go get the number of the apartment room that's doing it? And I'm like, do you really think I'm going to be walking up to a door of a psychopath? Or do you really think I'm going to be doing that? It all starts with the fucking dogs or something. It always starts with a fucking animal. People don't understand that. But anyway... So back into it, though. So I'm getting out of my apartment, right? Getting ready to go to work. I got my headphones on, so I'm hearing, some music to get me in the zone, to get me in a good, positive, atmosphere. And there's two kids, right? And so automatically I go, hello, how are you guys doing? Blah, blah, blah. I don't hear them because I think they would, just, be very minimum with the responses, because they could see that I'm just trying to leave. I'm just wanting to set like a positive tone. But one of the kids, she was talking to me, trying to talk to me when I had headphones on, because I was trying to lock the door, and she came running, and she was just, hello, and she just wanted to have a conversation. And so, I was like, hold on one moment, I can't hear you. So I take out my headphone, so I can hear her. And to be honest, I don't even remember what the heck the conversation was. It was because I was trying to get going, but also I was trying to accommodate, the development of these kids, because that's one thing that people don't understand, man. I'll get into it more. But anyway, so, I was trying to be as polite as possible to these kids so I can get out. And then, when I asked if they were all right, because, like, one of the kids, she was just acting real frantic with this pit bull. And, like, number one, a little kid should not be walking around a dang pit bull. I am just saying. Because number one thing, the pit bull that she was walking on the leash, that was just a puppy pit bull. And you guys know how strong puppy pit bulls are, right? The thing is we got some big pit bulls up in the apartment complex. And so dang well, man, if someone wants to break out with them pit bulls, man, you already know them kids won't be able to stop it. That's what I mean, man. But anyway, So I was like, checking on that kid. I'm like, are you all right? You all right? She was like, yeah, I'm fine, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And then I saw their mom look out the door. And they're like, everything okay, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. And like, so, I just kept walking, And I think what they heard was another person checking on their kids, instead of them. Man. You think a parent would be like, no, you cannot walk the pit bull. You are too dang little. Because, man, that kid could not carry... That pit bull was carrying her. I'm just saying. But, all I could think about was that one kid that was trying to talk to me, but I was trying to get to work. And I was just trying to be as polite as possible, but also stay going at the same time. See, what people don't understand is the world is so innocent to a kid, right? It's so innocent, right? So that's why it's number one, it's very important to smile at a baby when a baby is looking at you in public, because you want to promote growth for that baby. It's the same concept with kids. You have to be kind to the kids. You have to be polite to the kids. You want to show them there's kindness in this world. And that's all I kept thinking for a while. How my drive to work, while I was sitting at work, all I could think about was the development of that kid. Because that kid was trying her best to talk, and tried to spark a conversation with me. And all I could think about was me just trying to be as polite as possible and just keep moving forward, and trying to get to work. And, like, all I could think about, man, I really hope, I didn't do no detrimental damage. I'm pretty sure I did good. I think I did good. The thing is, I don't even remember any of it, All I know is I was just trying to get out and try to walk around this dang pit bull. Because I'm like, is it okay if I walk around this pit bull? She was like, okay, yeah, you can walk around the pit bull. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk around the pit bull. I'm just trying to leave. But, man, see, that's one thing that people don't do. They don't reflect on things like that. But the thing is, when I was a kid, I was a social motherfucker. I was a social motherfucker, I was at one point when I was very young, very, very young, before I took my silence, before I went into recluse mode, your boy used to be a social motherfucker just like he is now, But all I could think about is just the progress of that one child, that one kid, who looks so happy to see someone to acknowledge them, because, there's probably a lot of people who say, those ain't my kids. I ain't gonna acknowledge them kids. They ain't my kids. See, that is a bad mind state to be in, That's a bad mind state to be in. A kid is a kid, period. If you see something going on with kids, or you're walking past kids, just say hi, just be polite, You want to show them that there's kindness in this world. But the thing is we got closed-minded motherfuckers that say, that's not my kid, that's not my business, that's not my kid. Why am I going to do that for that kid? That ain't my kid. It's like, it don't matter. You're talking about a living being who is brand new to the world, and that's the impression that you give off? See, I think about that stuff. See, that's why, boy, I'm so fucking glad I don't got no kid. Fuck, I'm so glad. Because, God, I would be so fucking paranoid. Am I setting the proper example? I would be fixated on that like a motherfucker. I know damn well I would. I'd be like, man, I really hope I'm setting the proper example for this kid. See, choices, man. That's why it's important to make good choices in your freaking life, man. I had one time where I almost slipped up, and it could have ended really bad, but luckily there was nothing there. Nothing there. And I was thankful. I'm just like, thank you. Because I did not want no kid. I don't want no kid. I knew, especially at that time, that was before I was getting freaking help. I was already, man, I was off my freaking rockers, man. I mean, I was batch crazy. Like, and God damn, if I had a fucking kid when I was batch crazy, that would be a horrible example to set forth for a kid. And then, And you got those people with the ideology. No, sanity don't happen until you have kids. Motherfucker, you a lying motherfucker. That's what you are. Sanity comes when you have kids. No, that's when you go into more insanity, because now you got more responsibility on your fucking plate. Like, you ever heard the damn saying, your eyes are bigger than your stomach or something like that with food? The concept of food, you fill your plate up too much, but you eat it and then you're full, right? The same concept goes with your choices, man. You got to look at it like you're filling your plate. I dodged that fucking bullet. And man, I swear to God, I was fucking thankful as a motherfucker. I was. Because I was off my fucking rockers, man. I really was. But, but now where I'm at now, with what I'm, capable of knowing around the world, I think about stuff like that, I want, like, if I ever come across kids, a baby, whatever, I always want to make, and that's one thing too, because the thing with the grocery stores, with the face masks are going to be so detrimental to a lot of babies' development stages, because they can't see people smile at them. And see, the thing is a lot of motherfuckers probably think this is a fucking weird subject matter to be talking about, but no, this is real. This is shit that I learned from Advantage. Like, a child's development with all this stuff is very, very crucial. Like, when they're babies, kids, it don't matter. It is very crucial to be a positive. You want to set a good positive impression to them, because you got those motherfuckers who are very negative, right? Those people who see a kid and they do something so disrespectful to the kid or a baby. They do some kind of facial expression that's going to freak them out or something. You're being really detrimental to their development stages. And the thing is these people don't give a fuck, because guess what? They're fucked up in their life. They don't care. And see, that's one of the big problems when it comes to parents or, all that. See, they have kids, right? Say they live a life of fucking dysfunction, right? And they get a kid. You know what that kid is? That kid that they have? It's a solid fucking example of what they have to work on within themselves. So what do those parents do? Stop that. Leave me alone. They seclude the kid, seclude the child, scold the child, because the child keeps being an example of what I got to work on. But I'm not doing it. If you keep doing that, I'm going to whip your ass, I swear. That's how the parentals work, and they want to ground the kid and all this bullshit, but they don't want to look at what example are they setting for the kid to act that way. See, man, people don't understand. They don't understand. Like, how detrimental a child's progress is at the developing stages, the very first parts of the developing stages, from a baby to a kid and so on. Like, they don't understand how crucial their mental health is at that point, because they're literally a sponge. They are literally a sponge. But the thing is, when you have kids in these dysfunctional environments, you have a solid example of what you have to work on right in front of you. And it's the same that happens when you get to an adult too. Because me and my friend were actually talking about this today. She was basically telling me, because, I went up to her and I thanked her for having that conversation with me that really leveled me out, because, she was coming from a point of view of what I'm experiencing, that I experience day to day. She was informing me, James, a lot of people are not like us. They're not like us. You got a lot of people who limit their happiness, and they don't know how to exceed their happiness. They keep it where they're at, and they don't want to progress it any further. They don't want to do any more further with it. And pretty much like what I can say about that is a lot of people, it's a trigger response. A lot of people, majority of people, when they start to feel at their ultimate happiness, where they can just, because I love pushing forward my happiness. I love exceeding the limits of bliss and like, just the feeling of it. It just feels great. But a lot of people don't know how to do it. Trust me, I used to be that way. But what happens is what, during that person's development stages, during every time that they got really, 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 really happy or excited, they would have someone shutting them down, just turning off their happiness. And there are some people who get off on that shit. They really get off on that shit. Like, they will purposely make you happy and then straight up cut you just cut you straight up. Just watch that smile go straight to a frown, and they automatically feel powerful. Yeah, you feel powerful at that moment, but guess what happens? Later on down the road, give it some time. Let's see how that comes back to you, and how it shines for that other person that you kept doing that to. That's something that goes on in society a lot. And guess what? It's really sad, but it happens with kids, and it even happens with adults. I've seen that downtown. You got motherfuckers who's having way more fun than someone else, and then you got a motherfuckers who's being a Grinch, bah humbug motherfucker. Someone being a fucking Grinch, just being a fucking nuisance to people's happiness. It's like, listen, it's already bad that these people have to suffer to have some kind of a good time, but why do we have to have someone completely shut these people down? They're already intoxicated. They're already in a depressive state. Let them have let them have a happy time in their depressive state. Like, what the fuck do you want? But you got those people who see them just exceeding their happiness, and they're just having a blast because they don't have any confidence issues because they're all intoxicated and all this stuff. And the thing is like, I've seen it where the people weren't even being belligerent. They were just literally being loud and having fun. They weren't even being belligerent. And I have seen naysayers just be so degrading towards them, just straight up kill their joy, knock their smile off their face, and act like it was nothing. That's what I mean. That's the dysfunction of the downtown lifestyle. Number one, you're teaching people the bad ropes of happiness. You're teaching them how to be happy on a depressant, and let alone everything else that comes around. I mean, pretty much downtown is just a fucking buffet. It's a buffet of dysfunction. You can choose your poison. You got all the options in the world. And guess what? Guess what's even better? The buffet that is down there, it has no, it doesn't discriminate. Oh, you don't do pills? Oh, no worries. We got these over here. We got this over here. You want to try this? Oh, you don't do drugs. Oh, no problem. We got some alcohol. Do you like to drink at least? Oh, you don't like to drink? Okay, not a problem. Okay. So let's go down the buffet table. Okay, do you like, because our downtown, we have a video game bar. I don't know if any other downtown place, but yeah. Do you like? Are you more of a video gamer? You like the video games and stuff like that? Yeah. Oh, you do? Yeah. Well, guess what? We got something for that addiction. We got a bar down here filled with arcades, and they actually have a Nintendo 64 in there too, and like all that other stuff. They do Mario Kart competitions and stuff. So it's a fucking video game addicts escape right there. And so they're sold. But say okay, so you've been doing that, this is stuff you used to do in your bedroom, you didn't have no friends, blah blah blah. Say you had friends online, blah blah blah, you're getting into the video game bar, blah blah blah, and say you want to progress from there, and so you go back to the buffet table. You're like, okay, let's see, so see, they got their comfort in, and now this is just typical kind of how it would go for people who get engulfed, but not everyone's going to be like this, but a good percentage is, they dabble with what they're familiar with, and then they start to explore. Like, go back to the buffet table. You go down the aisle. Drugs, nah, I'm too scared to do that. I don't do that. Alcohol, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. Well, what's your take on attraction? You're in the men, women, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you choose, blah, blah, blah. You make that decision, boom. Don't do it. Do not do it. Because that's when it all spirals down. Because you are forcing attraction. You are forcing something that's not natural. You're forcing it. You're literally going to be meeting up with people of what you are attracted to, right? You're forcing impression, basically. You're forcing to impress. So therefore, you're just summoning more problems because when you interact with someone, say that you find very attractive or something in those kind of settings, you're letting in all their bad habits and stuff, and then they're going to be persuading you to do other stuff, and then next thing you know, you got sex, all that stuff, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you fucking into, blah, 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 coming all out the yin yang. And then next thing you know, you're hooked. You're in the cycle. Oh yeah, I dated her like 2 years ago. She was so great, dude. Now I'm dating this girl. So yeah, man, I don't mind if you date her, man. It's just a bunch of hand-me-downs. They just hand-me-down the same fucking people. Like, oh man, dude, you're totally dating her now? Man, I used to date her about 5 years ago, man. She's so cool. Yeah, man. You get stuck in this dysfunction, and the thing is when you constantly put yourself in these predicaments where forced impression is of the essence, you're going to start to normalize this in your brain, and it doesn't help that you're getting involved in stuff that's really detrimental to your mental health, the pills, the alcohol, just constantly going on a decline, and then having sex at the end of the night, rewarding yourself for bad behavior. So when you reward yourself for the bad behavior, there's really nothing to progress from it. You're literally creating your own hell, and the more that you participate in it, the hell gets even worse. And you start getting involved with more people, start getting into more different scenarios. You start getting into that you didn't want to get into. And guess what? Now you're just scarred for the fucking rest of your life because of it. Man, I've hung out with people, people that have turned their life around, at least. When they heard that, that I like to go to the clubs and I loved going dancing, Boy, I'll never forget. Like, my friend, she was very veered away from it, very veered away from the subject matter. And I don't know what happened. I didn't ask her. But she was just straight up, she said, yeah, I used to dance in the club. But the thing is then I was just hanging around with the wrong people. And she didn't want to go no further but that. And I didn't even want to pressure her. I'm like, you don't want to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it. But I understand. There's some shady motherfuckers. And the thing is they get hold of these people who are in their youth, who are just trying to experience life. But the thing is, what's normalized for us to experience life, what is normalized is actually dysfunction. It's complete dysfunction. You're teaching, oh yeah, you better look forward to that 21 birthday. Yeah, you finally get to drink. Yeah. Now you get to feel what it feels like to work with nothing but misery, and then you come home and then drown out your misery with more misery. That's the dang thing. That's how it is. And the thing is when you're young, it seems all cool. Yeah, I just got off work. Yeah, me and Stacy, we're going to totally go hit up the bar later on, chillax, and maybe smoke a couple joints, Yeah, it's all looking very attractive, very appealing because you guys are so young. But let a little age hit up in that body. Let's see if your body takes those drugs how they used to. Let's see if your body takes the alcohol like it used to. Oh, wait. What? Years down the road. What? Wait, what? I thought you said that you were in what? I don't get it. You mean now you're starting to realize the detrimental damage that all your choices did to you? Well, geez, now it's kind of a little late, but I mean, if you want to get help for it, I say go for it. Don't let someone down you because you made those choices. Because the thing is, there's going to be a lot of motherfuckers who are going to think that, oh, he ain't ever going to get off it. We've been in this cycle for too long. You know, my body's fucked up from the pills and everything, but I still go strong. I might have to take a couple more pills. Might have to drink a little more than what I used to get fucked up. But I'm still in it for a good time, blah, 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 blah. He ain't going to get help. She ain't going to get no help. No. These people are going to fucking keep bringing you down to prevent you. Because that's what I mean. That's what I mean. You create your own fucking hell. You're going to find out these people aren't even your fucking friends. Because when you try to progress, when you try to stop the addictions that you have engulfed in, you got these motherfuckers whispering in your ear the whole time. They don't want you to get off. They want you to stay. You're another number. You're another walking statistic. They need that kind of closure because remember, back in those days before you were, before you were all gung-ho and popular with it all and whatnot, you don't realize, but when you were very young and you were very naive to going downtown, you were just another number. That's all you were. You were just another number. You got to work your way up the totem pole to become something downtown in the bar scene. You got to work your way up. If you want everyone to know, yeah, Rick. Yeah, I know Rick. You want everyone to know who you are downtown? You got to work your way up. You got to go through the pits. It's like pretty much the description of hell. You got to go through the damn 7 gates of hell to get some kind of a notoriety because I tell you, that's all that's down there, man. It's nothing but fucking hell. That's all it is. It's nothing but comfort. Oh, it feels good at a young age. Oh, yeah, filled up with energy. You know, your body is producing all the defense mechanisms to get rid of all the drugs and stuff and all that stuff. But the thing is, your organs and bullshit is putting all that energy to protect you. But you don't even know, but you're doing so much detrimental damage to your body, it don't hit you till years down the road. And then years down the road, yeah, I'm thinking about turning my life around. Yep, thinking about turning my life around. Did you hear Sam? He thinks he's gonna turn his life around. He's so funny. This man ain't gonna turn his life around. Man, I remember when he took like 3 Xanax pills at this party, and he was just acting a complete mess. Oh man, I remember that. Oh, see, they're starting to reminisce. They're starting to reminisce about what about that time you took all that Adderall? Remember that? What about the time he mixed the caffeine pills? Oh yeah, remember that? Yeah, it was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Yeah, buddy. Yes, it was. They're going to keep enabling you. They're going to keep trying to persuade you not to make any form of progress. Because guess what? The group of people that you've been fucking hanging out with, they don't want to progress. They're happy where the fuck they're at. You got to make the decision. You're going to be dropping a lot of motherfucking... And I tell you, that's why I'm so glad I got out of the downtown lifestyle when I fucking did. Luckily, I'm too much of an emotional motherfucker. Because, I mean, I was crying my eyes out like a lot downtown. I mean, I was a fucking baby. I was a fucking crybaby. I really was. Until, I got it down control. Now I just want to go karaoke. That's it. I ain't trying to go hang out with nobody. No nothing. I don't want no one downtown to give a fuck about me because there's nothing really to give a fuck about. I just want to go sing. Like, hey, if you like to sing, hell yeah, let's go sing. Let's go sing a duet. But am I going to kick it with you and your friends? I don't know your friends. Nah, I'm good. I might be polite and everything, but I don't want to go kick it with, a bunch of people. And, I just don't want to do that because you're just going to be opening more doors. It's just a bad... No thanks. I just really want to sing. I just keep it at that point. I just like singing. Because singing is just... I wish they would stop doing that. I swear, I think they do it on purpose. The truck is blaring his lights at me. I don't know why he does this. He knows people sleep down here. But whatever. Oh no, they've been getting out of the truck to clean and stuff, so I think so. I can't even see it so bright. But yeah, I just want to sing. That's all I do. Here lately, I've just been more focused on, the relationship with my mom, though, so I haven't been, going downtown to sing. But if I do make my way downtown to sing, I might sing, But I'm not dependent on downtown like I used to be, I tell you that. That's the thing. I used to be so dependent. I mean, I used to always be going down there. And I mean, geez Louise, and I was going to the same fucking place. Hang around the same fucking people. Man, but the thing is, the longer you stay down there, the longer you hang out with these people. I just stayed there for a year. You think that was easy to get away from, but some people have a lot of years invested. That's why you see some of these older motherfuckers coming in these bars and stuff, and they got some prestige. I've been coming downtown since 1962. And for example, the club that I used to dance at, well, number one, I was too fucking old to be doing it, but I was just now seeing life for the first fucking time, I didn't give a mother. But there were some people who were actually trying to get with women in that damn club who were very, very old. I'm just going to say that. Just chilling like a villain, flirting with these young girls, blah, 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 And she's like, what? That's what I mean. It's all dysfunction. But the thing is that guy who's flirting with the young girls, he's got prestige. Yeah, I know the owner of this club. Yep. Me and him used to go back. Yeah, buddy. Yes, we did. That's what I mean. It's just a whole repetitive cycle. And when they see, and since I live in a college town, they get a whole lot of people, a whole lot of new faces. Oh, people love it. They love it because guess what? Fresh meat. We got a naive motherfucker that we're going to take advantage of. And that's how it all starts. They get them, they spoil them with all of, attention, get them used and accustomed to downtown lifestyle. But the thing is what people don't understand is you are fucking creating a fucking prison for yourself. That's all you're doing. You're creating a prison for yourself. It's no different. Well, actually, I'll get into that in a whole nother, I'll probably do it a little later on. But you're creating a prison for yourself. That's all you're doing. A prison of nothing but comfort and happiness for yourself. But the thing is you're getting comfort and happiness in dysfunctional means. The sex is the reward for the dysfunctional bullshit that you're getting involved in, which fucks up your mental because that's what making y'all motherfuckers desensitized as a motherfucker. That's why, you wonder why people care about attraction so much. It's because your motherfucker you were damn focusing all that time getting your makeup on, focusing all that time getting your Marco Polo on and your Gucci shoes and, just trying to impress. It's all impress. You are making relationships out of dysfunctional choices, which is just creating a dysfunctional predicament. And then what happens? Kids get involved. Then what happens? Oh, man. Child support. What? Well, I wonder why. Oh, you were a deadbeat. Oh, gosh. Why were you a deadbeat? Wait. You were impressed because he was wearing Marco Polo and Gucci shoes? Oh, he had the Louis Vuitton pants on. Oh, man. But why'd you go for that? Oh, okay. He had a Rolex G5100 on. Oh, man. Oh, he got you with that Rolex G500. Oh, man. See, that's what I mean. You're creating relationships out of dysfunction. And the thing is, majority of these motherfuckers, they end up having a kid. They end up having kids. And yeah, the thing is these people end up, being stable living people. But the thing is their household's completely dysfunctional. It might not look it on paper, but if you walk into that house and you live with them for give them a couple months or something, you'll see the dysfunction in their house. And that's the thing is a lot of when they get out of that cycle and say they have kids and stuff, they get into the cycle of, we reward ourselves on the weekends. But what's the reward? Drinking, having a good time at the bar, drinking. Yeah, it's a good time. So you mean to tell me you work Monday through Friday, working your butt off, just to go during the weekend to go on a mental decline? So you're going to get intoxicated with this depressant so you don't have to think about Monday through Friday that you're going to have to be working. But you're going to put yourself in poor mental condition so that you can work Monday. That's the dysfunctional cycle that is normalized. Why do we normalize this to our people? Don't we know we're fucking up our people? Why the fuck ain't a motherfucker waking up? I have no problem with people who drink or people who maybe go have a beverage, I have no problem with people. I have no problem with what you do in your life is your life. That's your path. That's your journey. We are two completely separate people, We are two completely separate people, I'm not going to say that maybe it is someone's path that they were put here on earth to be a fucking severe alcoholic. I'm not going to say bullshit like that. The sarcasm in me can't even find how that is even respectful, whether it's sarcastic or not, because that's the thing, when you start trying to get out of the downtown lifestyle and you got these motherfuckers poking and prodding at you to keep you back, and then it's like, say you make it. And then guess what? You're going to have the guys or whoever you used to hang out with. There are some people who are like this and they're very vicious with it too. And they're going to be like, man, you think you're all high and mighty, just because you got out of downtown. You don't have to go to the bars. You don't drink. You post your coin that you got from AA all the time. You keep them things like, you think you're better than us, don't you? You think you're better than us, huh? Yeah, that's what you think you are. You think you're better. That's what it is. Well, guess what? You're not better. And then like the sarcastic side of me is like, well, listen, my path and my journey to life, I was supposed to be somewhat of a success in my life. We have two different journeys here. Like, maybe you were put here on earth just to be a professional alcoholic. But no, literally, don't respond like that, because you're gonna fuck up your progress in the making, because you don't want to give wake-up calls to people who aren't ready for wake-up calls. If you give someone a wake-up call who's not ready for a wake-up call, you're going to be doing detrimental damage to their mental. See, that's how the universe works. I'm just saying. You can't point people. That's what my caseworker taught me, and she knocked me out of my sarcasm, because my sarcasm was horrible. Because like once I came knowledgeable of life itself and how everything is so dysfunctional, I could be a sarcastic motherfucker, but I could make me look like I was very dumb. I could make it look like I didn't know. Even like when I used to hang out, when my friend used to work with me on the floor, and this was my day one, like she was a big fucking help in the very beginning, because she could tell something was wrong with me. She could tell I was just off. And she befriended me and like let me be friends with her group of friends. And man, when they gave me like, all that notoriety and like they just loved how I was, man, like they knew when I was being the sarcastic motherfucker. Like when a new person would be in the group and like they would try to say something that wasn't going to slide with me, man, I could just play a dumb role real quick. And I would be really being the sarcastic motherfucker. But the thing is like, did they be like, man, is he serious right now or what? And my friend, she would just be laughing like, dude, he knows what you talking about. He knows what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. Like, because man, they brought me so much comfort, and through the comfort of, just the group, like I got more visual of outside. And then when I started getting professional help through a therapist and caseworker, I started seeing even more of the real world. Like the real world was more corrupt than what I even thought. The world's fucking corrupt, man. It's fucking corrupt. It needs a lot of fucking cleaning, that's for sure. But there's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. All you can do is just lead by example. You cannot lead by pointing people out on their bullshit. Because if you wake someone up too early, they're not going to progress. They can off themselves. They can off someone else. That's why it's so detrimental to not wake someone up when they are not ready. And don't push it. You don't push people. You don't push people to waking up. I understand your caring heart. You care a lot about them. But you got to remember, you are your own individual. They are their own individual. You can't be fixated, taking time from your path to go help with them to make sure that they are on their up and up. You are forcing them to progress with something that they are not ready to do. And if you hit the right button, you might be doing some severe detrimental damage, not only to them, but possibly to an innocent bystander or their life in itself. You do not wake people up when they are not ready. And there are some motherfuckers who just don't get it. For example, you got people who have like fads, not fads, like more like, to be honest, I never met someone like that. I'm just thinking of scenarios. But I mean, for example, the only thing that I can really think of is like, vegans, for example, vegetarian, big old differences between the two. And then, well, actually, let's go with the vegans and the meat eaters, okay? It's kind of like that, These vegans are getting so mad at these people who eat meat, and they're infuriated by it, and they keep trying to wake the meat eaters up. But the thing is the meat eaters, they eat meat. That's what they enjoy. That's what they choose to enjoy. Let them enjoy it. But then you got these really mean vegan people who keep pointing them out on their bullshit, keep trying to wake them up, keep trying to make them see the light from their point of view. Listen, the whole vegan thing, that was your point of view. That's your path. That guy who's eating meat, leave him alone. That's part of his path. That's why we are omnivores. See, people don't understand. We are omnivores. We can have a choice. That's the beauty of it. You have a choice. I'll never forget when I met my friend who lives in, geez Louise, pepper cheese. Where he from? Oh, man. Anyway, it was in the boonies. Covington. Yeah, Covington. But yeah, it's in the boonies. Man, this dude got a farm. And I tell you, man, I learned so much about cows and farming from this dude. I'll never, ever, ever forget the time I met him. The guy was very, very knowledgeable. I learned so much about cows I have never learned. See, and then the thing on top of that, they didn't even know I was a vegetarian the whole time chilling with me, until we all hit up McDonald's, and like my friend, he was like, yo, you want something? Like, I'll get it for y'all, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, nah, no thanks. And like, not a burger, and I'm like, no, I'm good. And but no, it was cool as heck, because when he found out that I was vegetarian, he started, expressing, how mean like some people have been with their point of view towards him. And he's saying, people, stereotype farmers as if they don't care about their cattle and all this other stuff and blah, 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 blah. And, but after hearing his story, I never had no ill on any kind of farmers. I could honestly care less. That's what they chose to do. That's what they choose to do. They want to eat meat. Let them eat meat. Who cares? That's what they want to do. They're not forcing you to eat meat. They're not forcing you to do anything. So why would you want to force them to eat what the fuck you eat? You can't fucking do that. How are you going to be getting some good progress if you're being a mean motherfucker to people who eat meat? Because I'm telling you, you look at some of them radical vegans, man, they really take it a step forward. They take it a step too far. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Listen, you have reached that point of view where you can understand the vegan type lifestyle. But you need to remember, not everyone is on your path. Not everyone is on your journey. When you are an individual, you have your own path to your success. Sure, people might come along the way, but the thing is, eventually they dispersed. They go their separate way. Just like all the people who have helped me out severely when I was in my severe times. I don't really talk to them, I don't really talk to them, but they know we are still tight. They know anytime we see each other, that's my homie right there. Been there from day one. I'll never forget what you did for me, man. I'll never forget you. It's just stuff like that. I'll never forget. Never, ever forget. They helped me out when I was in a very severe time. You know what I mean? But they got their own life ahead of them. That's why you get these people. That's why you get these people who get so attached to the group mentality, and they think that these people are here forever. They think they're going to be in your area forever. It ain't going to be forever. Listen here. I'm about to blow your minds real quick. How often do you hang out with people from high school? Boom. And if you say you hang out with a lot of motherfuckers still from high school, have you progressed any? Because with progression, that stuff ends up falling off. It really does end up falling off. It really ends up falling off. It's cool to have one or two, but majority of a big portion, heck, even my best friend from high school, I don't even talk to him. I haven't even messaged him in a while. But the thing is, if he were to ever hit me up, I'd be there. No doubt. I would totally be there. Because I remember him being there when I was way off my fucking rockers, man. That's what I mean. For people to even want to be around me when I was like that, especially around my damn high school times, man. Jeez Louise, man. This dude, I remember one time we were sitting downtown, me and my crazy motherfucking self. I was talking his ear off about all types of shit. I was just talking. See, that's the thing. See, back in the day, the people who went to school with me, y'all knew I did not talk. But see, with me and him, because he was my best friend since elementary school, man, he heard me say some fucking crazy motherfucking shit. And it's just kind of man, is he really talking like this around me? What the fuck? I was talking some very demented, twisted shit. And the thing is it just came off the tongue with such confidence, And, but no, he was always a supportive friend, always a supportive friend, even when I was off my fucking rockers. And that's what I mean. That's why if I ever see people who have been a big help to me during my severe times, because I tell you, it's been a fucking hard journey for me to get where I am now, hard journey just to get where I am now, stability, it's there, stability is always there, but you got to remember, you're not always going to be 100% stable because you always have to put yourself in check. Always. You're always going to have to do that because guess what? As humans, we are forever flawed. And see, I'm trying to get my mom, because mom, she don't understand some of the stuff that my caseworkers taught me. But see, my mom lets me talk freely about my caseworker. And I love when she's listening to me because she's really taking it in, trying to find understanding of what I've learned, because I can tell she's trying to understand and maybe possibly think about adopting certain traits that my caseworker has taught me, because my mom, she's been progressing wonderfully. Like, she's got a great hobby now that she likes tie-dye. Her arts and creativity, I mean, it's full throttle, man. Full fucking throttle, man. And I keep telling her, man, Mom, you're progressing so wonderfully. And at first, she would just take me saying that, and then one day I said it, and she said, James, I didn't know that I was so bad. And I'm like, bad? What do you mean, Mom? Like, so bad back in the day. I didn't know I was so bad. I'm like, what do you mean, Mom? I'm talking about progress. Like, look, and I was teaching her what my caseworker taught me. I said, Mom, look at it like this. Back in give it a year ago, were you doing tie-dye? Were you this into something that was for your creative development? And now look at you. That's progress. And I was explaining to her, that's what my caseworker taught me. If I ever feel myself, getting down in the dumps or something, my caseworker always taught me how to reflect on progress. Look at how far you came. Look at what you got now. You were once living outside Walmart, homeless. Well, now you got an apartment, Just stuff like that. You have to look at how much you have progressed and how much you are continuously going. What are you doing in order to proceed with that progress? That's what I've been trying to tell my mom. Like, my mom's really into tie-dye now. I mean, she's way better than me. She really is better than me. She really, really is. And like, I want Mama to flourish I want her to blossom like a beautiful flower, you know what I mean? I want her to just go full throttle with this, because I swear, Mom, every time I go visit on Sunday, my mom's eyes are just glistened, like glow. The radiance is just very, very, very luminous. It's just, James, I want to show you the shirts that I've done. And she's got all these shirts that she's been working on throughout the week. And it's just like, wow, man, this is cool as heck. Like, my mom has such passion about this. And she'll talk my ear off about tie-dye and want to teach me things. And it just makes me so fucking happy to see her so happy about something, because, as for anything, man, with life, I may have had it rough, but the thing is my parents had it even rougher. That's what people don't understand also. People want to resent their parents. They want to resent their parents and what the parents have done for them. Look at how that motherfucker was raised. Give that a look. But the thing is a lot of the childs who have grown up with the parents, they don't want to look at that. They don't want to look at that like that. They say, no, I don't want to look at their point of view. They were fucked up to me. But it's like, have you ever questioned how were they raised? Boom, there you go, So I know it's been a rough journey for my mom. It's been a rough journey for my dad. That's why I, give them so much light when I see progress. I want to reward them kind of like how my caseworker rewarded me, because I know how good it felt. It felt so fucking good to hear good news from my caseworker when she was updating my documents and Advantage and all that stuff, and she was just giving me, wow, James, you were making so much great progress. I loved hearing that Like, I loved it. I remember what she would do is she would set out a thing of things that I need to do throughout the week to further progress myself, like communication, all that stuff, boy. And she will literally tell you, yeah, James gave his 150%, because every time I told him to do something for the week, I didn't expect him to do the whole list, but he did the whole list, and then he did even more. The only thing that was bad when I was hanging out with the kids were the people that I was hanging out with. And she kept saying, James, you need to quit hanging out with those people. You need to quit going downtown and hanging out with those people, James. It's just going to end bad. It's going to end bad, blah, 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 blah. And I kept defending. But other than that, I was still making severe progress. But the thing is when I made so much progress, I remember sitting downtown with one of the girl that I really, really liked. And we were sitting down, and I was telling her, one day I'm going to not come here no more. I want to be free from downtown. Thing is me talking to her, she's equivalent to my age, but she already had notoriety downtown, you know. So for her to hear someone who wants to get out of downtown and never come back, you know, that's unheard of for someone who has a lot of notoriety down there. You know, they don't know what you're talking. She would just listen and go, yeah, yeah, why do you want to do that? And I would just explain to her, you know, because I was literally seeing people who were like me, dependent on alcohol. They were sitting, schizophrenics, all that stuff, sitting down at the bar drinking, and they're using alcohol as a medicine. It's not no medicine. You're declining yourself. You're making it all worse. You know, that's what people don't understand. It's a depressant. You're putting yourself on a mental decline anytime you want to partake. You know, whether you're having fun or not, you know, that's one thing. You have to drink responsibly, you know. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know how to drink responsibly, you know. I don't even know, you know, I remember I dabbled with it, like when my friend was teaching me about alcohol. And that was so funny too, because I remember, I don't know if I was around him when I did it, but I remember he was like, I was like, dude, so I really want to try alcohol, but I don't know what to try. Like, I don't want to get into any strong stuff. And I remember he walked me to the alcohol shop, and he was like, let's see here. You want to get you some wine coolers? I was like, wine coolers? And I'm like, looking at him, I'm like, I'm not going to get really drunk, am I? Like, I don't want to get drunk. And he said, nah, you'll be fine. So we went to my apartment, and I remember I was like, popped it open, and I was like, man, this smells like nail polish, man. Because it really fucking did. It smelled just like nail polish. And he said, nah, it's good. And he just drank it like it was nothing, you know. And I was just following along. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the thing is it was developing a routine. And so when my caseworker found out, you know, because the thing is I found out alcohol didn't respond with my medicine well. And the thing about it is it was pretty much having to start over a little bit because, you know, now that I dabbled with it, thing is a lot of my progress was diminishing, and my caseworker was pointing it out, and I was able to see it, but I didn't know how to, you know, stop it. And she says, well, what are you doing different in your life, James? And I said, well, my friend's teaching me about alcohol. Like, and I remember my caseworker's reaction to this. He was like, James, no. You're going backwards. You need to move forward. So I was like, okay. Well, the thing is, see, remember, a lot of people don't have professionals. They don't have a caseworker. They don't have all this. So the thing is they don't have someone talking them out of this stuff. What do they got? They're going to go home, go to their parents, say, yeah, I've tried alcohol. Pretty good. That's my boy right there. Yeah, now you got to come drink with a real man. I'll get you real drunk, blah, 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 blah. Like, you're just going to be, you know, that's what I mean. Luckily, I had a professional, but a lot of people are not. They don't have that, you know. But, man, anyway, I'm about to hit that 35-minute marker, man. Yes, sir. Podcasts are back and strong. Yes, sir. Y'all stay positive. I'm out, and peace.